Give me 1 minute and then we'll get started. This won't be too long, but it depends on the conversations that we have. But I just want to have like a little bit of a chatting session with you guys, catch up, see what's what, and everything that's going on. Everything that's going on with the channel and, of course, other things as well. But give me 1 minute and then we shall begin. Mute there. There. Don't worry. Don't worry. I see chat right here. I have it right there. I have it right there. I have it right there. Thank you. Thank you. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right. Sorry about that, but it's good to see everyone. It's good to see. You know what? The thing is, I flipped it to show the image, but then didn't even think about hitting the unmute button. But Good thing I didn't go into like big detail about what we were discussing today, other than that. Um, but had a wonderful breakfast with my dad. We had a men's breakfast, which is what my church does with all the men who can come by, and we just, have men talk. And I cherish these times with my dad where it's just me and him. We can talk to each other, have some good food, and listen to our pastor while he speaks to all the men. It's so relaxing. It's so relaxing and fulfilling to do this with my dad every single time because we don't miss one. We never miss one. So it's just those times with me and my dad. But just wanted to have this moment where I'm talking to all of you. And I beat Code Vein yesterday. I rolled credits multiple times even. Matter of fact, I rolled credits on Code Vein 3 times in one session, which is the most I've ever seen credits roll for a game that I've covered. So Code Vein 2 is done. Also, platinum the game literally this morning because of one trophy that was incredibly tedious to get through, which is maxing your affinity with one character. And it took me hours, like so many hours. After I was done with the last session of Code Vein, well, with the final session of Code Vein, I spent pretty much the rest of my day trying to increase my affinity. And it went from all the way to 1 o'clock to basically like 11 o'clock because I was trying to figure out what do I need to do? What am I doing wrong? Only to find out that one of the methods of increasing affinity is literally picking up items constantly. So I just kept killing enemies, picking up items, killing enemies, picking up items. And it wasn't until this morning that I finally got the trophy to drop. And it was before 8:30. It was before 8:30 that I finally got it to drop. And now I can say I've basically done everything within Code Vein. So first brand new game of the year, completed 100%. So later on, we will be starting Neo 3, and I really can't wait to play that because I've been hearing a ton of good things about Neo 3, so I'm looking forward to that as well. But that's just on the gaming side. A lot of stuff has been happening in the gaming industry. Phil Spencer from Microsoft has retired immediately, literally effective immediately, and he's gone. Like he's no longer the big cheese of Microsoft and Microsoft gaming anymore. He's gone, and I've never heard. And this happened literally yesterday, and I have never heard of a gaming CEO retiring effective immediately. Now, there have been many CEOs in the gaming industry who have stepped down, but they were given time. But I have never heard of a CEO retiring immediately. Like, hey, he's retiring now. Now. And he's being replaced. Why did he resign? It is unknown at this point. We just know that Phil Spencer has retired effective immediately. Now, mind you, he put up like a post saying like a new chapter in my life is happening right now, and I wanted to go through that. Yeah, there definitely is something else going on because I have never, and I've looked this up, and people are saying like, well, Jim Ryan, he retired, but at the same time, he was given time. He had time before he retired. When he announced his retirement, there was time in between, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Jim Ryan did do some very poor things for PlayStation, including, seeing to it that multiple live service games were put into development, many of which didn't even see the light of day, which is, you know, we don't want a ton of live service games. We want games like God of War Ragnarok. We want games like Horizon. We want games like The Last of Us Part 1. There's a lot of good game types that we want, but live service is not among them. But getting back to Phil Spencer, we don't know why he's out immediately. And that is given way to a lot of thoughts as to what's going on behind the scenes in Microsoft. But the person who's taken over for him, this is a lady who, if you check out her profile, many of her professional profiles are steeped in AI. Just the support of AI. And it does not paint a good look At least initially. I'm not going to say that she's going to be the downfall of Microsoft gaming and Xbox as a whole. It's way too soon because we haven't seen her do anything yet within this section. And she says, like, it's very, the difference between there's bad AI and we want to make sure we continue to make great games. And I'm wondering, like, when's the last time Xbox has made a great game? I'm being honest with you. When's the last time Xbox has made a great game that told people you made a good purchase with an Xbox? So we have yet to see anything. We need to give this time first. We need to give this time before we start saying that Xbox is on its way out. But with Microsoft going extra hard and trying to make sure that every single person that is in their employ is using a lot of AI, because one thing I've discovered is that Microsoft is literally putting how much a person uses AI into their performance review. And it's really bad. It's really bad. But linking your use of AI to how well your performance is as an employee is really, really shady to me. I thought it was just how much work you as a person did that determined whether or not you're doing a good job or not. But with Microsoft, they are literally putting how much a person uses AI as part of their performance review. And given how Microsoft has been going all in with how much they want to try and use AI to literally replace people, because Microsoft is literally one of the biggest companies out there that has been letting scores, entire hordes of people. Hordes is not a good word. Entire scores of people, that's safer. Entire scores of people are being let go from Microsoft, and Microsoft just keeps diving headfirst into more and more and more AI. And it's that lack of that amount of trust in the stuff you're making being made by people, is that line is being blurred because Microsoft thinks that that's the future. And as Kitty says, AI can be great if used right, but it does not need to be in everything. Reason why AI should be, limited in how much control it has over many things is because in the UK, there is this program called Persona, which was linked with Discord. Well, actually, no. Persona was linked. Actually, I'm gonna look this up real quick because Persona was seen to be faulty in its own security and has essentially exposed 1.8 billion people's names and personal information. And now Discord is distancing themselves from it because of this recent breach into people's personal information. So as Kitty says, AI can be great if used right, just not with everything. Nightbot, it hasn't even been 15 minutes. I don't know why you're telling me to hydrate and stretch. Let me see. Persona. Yes, because of the Persona AI verification. Let me see. Persona age verification. Yes. Age verification vendor Persona left front end exposed. Let's see. They discovered an exposed front end belonged to Persona, the identity verification vendor used by Discord. It revealed a far more expensive surveillance and financial intelligence stack than a simple teen safety tool. A short while ago, we reported that Discord will limit profiles to teen-appropriate mode until you verify your age. This means anyone who wants to continue using Discord as before would have to let it scan their face, and the internet was far from happy. Understandably so. To analyze these scans, Discord uses biometric identity verification startup Persona Identities Incorporated, a venture that offers know your customer and anti-money laundering solutions that rely on biometric identity checks to estimate a user's age. So that's already looking like it could cause problems because people will find a way around it. To demonstrate, let me go through this. Let me see. Persona collects and can retain for up to 3 years IP addresses, browser and device fingerprints, government ID numbers, phone numbers, names, faces, plus a battery of selfie analytics like suspicious entity detection, pose repeat detection, and age inconsistency checks. And let me see. Yes, according to the Rage, Discord has stated it will not continue to use Persona for age verification. However, other platforms reported to use Persona include Roblox, OpenAI, ChatGPT, and Lime. But there was problems with Persona that basically just exposed so many people's information. And I go back to say this, Hybrid, good to see you. I go back to say this over reliance on AI to do things that a human can do and fix has resulted in many issues that probably would not happen if a human was completely in control. This Roblox is a whole nother issue. I'm just say this. Everyone, if you even think that Roblox is a safe game for any age, it is not. If you have people who have children who play Roblox, tell them to stop playing it. Roblox is not safe. It is not safe for your children, especially your children, because Roblox is a literal wretched hive of scum and villainy who are on there creating spaces where they can lure children in. It was shown to me an article about how a 14 or 15-year-old went off on their own to meet up with a person that they met from the Roblox. And I can't remember if this person was found, uh, if this kid was found, or if we haven't found, or if people haven't found them yet. I forgot. I forgot. Please forgive me. But Roblox is not safe at all. And the fact that the CEO of Roblox does not see predators, and that's a very dangerous word to use nowadays, even though more parents should know what that term means. There's tons of predators on Roblox who still exist on there today that the Roblox CEOs and higher ups see absolutely no problem with. I do. Parents with sense do. But it is unsafe because these people will literally prey and try to groom children, try to lure children, and in the case of the article I just described, even try to get to meet kids. All because Roblox regulations for, keeping predators off of their platform is next to none. Now, here's the thing, what is his name? Schlep, or what is his name? It was a YouTuber who worked with law enforcement, who went out of his way to expose predators, many of which he got arrested, rightfully so, that Roblox went out of their way to try and ostracize him and make it seem like he was breaking the rules because he and his group would pretend to be children. And mind you, that's not breaking any rules because they're not impersonating anyone, because the people they're playing, the people they're pretending to be, are made up. They're really luring in all these predators, which I see nothing wrong with. Get them in trouble. Get them in trouble. But because Roblox didn't like, because the thing with Roblox is, and this is just the bluntness of it, Roblox monopolizes off of the amount of people they have brought over to their platform. If a predator is creating a space where hundreds upon thousands of people are constantly going to that space, they see nothing wrong with it because it's bringing them revenue. It's making it look good to their investors, which means that Roblox is purposefully turning a blind eye to these people who are preying on children because it's making them money. And the reason why they are trying to silence people who call them out on this is because they don't want that backlash coming on to them. They don't want their money flow to be stopped. So when Schlep I think his name is Schlep. When he exposed this, they tried to silence him. They banned him from Roblox. They made it so that his name was literally a bannable offense. They banned his name from Roblox and tried to turn the tables on him to make it seem like he was the one who was in the wrong. Now, I don't know how many people have been around long enough to know of a man called named Chris Hansen, but he is literally the leading expert in trapping and imprisoning and getting predators arrested. Literally had a TV show called To Catch a Predator, and Schlepp has been working with Chris Hansen on getting these people arrested to the point where even legislation has taken note of what Schlepp has been doing and noting of it. However, the issue is Roblox sees nothing wrong with any of this because it is making them money. One of the posts that they made last year was that the CEO was asked about the surge of predators and is there concern for the security of young people and children who are on Roblox about predators finding them, manipulating them, grooming them, and trying to use children. And his response was, "We don't see these predators as a problem, but as an opportunity." Now, I wasn't the best in English in elementary school. I wasn't the best in English, but I understood nuance. I understood if someone says, I don't see it as this, but this, it means that you're disregarding the first half and going like, well, I accept your apology, but, and then you go off in a whole different tangent. It means you're disregarding what's in front of you and then focusing more on what you're about to say to try to override what's been said before. So what this tells me is that you are looking at these predators who are making your money, lining your pockets, and making your platform profitable because of the amount of people that it brings in. You see this as not something to be concerned about. Because apparently the safety of children online, which should be a concern for every meaningful parent, and I say meaningful parent because not every single parent is the kind that will go out of their way to make sure that their children are safe online. Many of these parents allow the internet itself to parent their children rather than being the ones to parent their children. So when a CEO says, I don't see these predators as a problem, but as an opportunity, and nothing good has happened ever since this statement has been made, there hasn't been a crackdown on people posing, imposing, restrictions on people who are putting up chat rooms and different worlds on Roblox to lure in kids. There hasn't been a single crackdown from the entirety of the higher-ups and CEO of Roblox. And then proceeded to say, we want to make this the safest, most secure place where people can exercise their freedoms and everything. So not only do you disregard the relevancy of safety for children online, because there's all sorts of people online. Crazy people, psychotic people, people who are abusers, people who want to use children, because innocence is as savory to predators as fear is to Pennywise. And the only difference is, no, there really isn't much difference between Pennywise and a predator because they both go after children. But one uses something they're scared of to lure them in. Another one uses what children like to lure them in. Other than those two differences, predators and Pennywise are pretty much the same. And both are insane, both are crazy, and both are monsters. Let's be clear, kids shouldn't be online at all. There's no safety on the internet. Right. Exactly right. Children with no supervision should be on the internet at all. Children should not have phones with access to the internet at a young age. I understand, giving them phones with lifelines and to be in contact with you. That's That's the reason why the whole kid mode of a phone exists. But kids should not be on the internet just given free reign because this world does not care for their maturity. This world does not care for how much they've seen. The world itself does not care what it exposes to your children. Matter of fact, it would rather expose things to your children so it can rattle and addle their brains so they can be counted among the numbers who lack respect for elders and adults, who lack restraint when it comes to their words and their actions, who lack the maturity to comprehend morals even. The world would rather just saturate your kids with everything it has to offer rather than allow parents to teach them what to do, how to do it, and how to succeed in life without getting caught up in mess. So when I see Roblox and I see all these different platforms, it's like, how can you sleep? How can you sleep knowing that your platform is home to people who prey on kids? And you see absolutely nothing wrong with that. So if something happens to their company, I don't feel bad because you allowed it to happen. Of course, not enough voices are piping up about Roblox simply because Roblox has a lot of pull. It's a very successful platform, but is also very, very unsafe. I don't care how good. And the thing is, Roblox has its place in a whole bunch of things. Has a whole bunch of things that draws in different journalists, different websites, different other companies, and it's all like, well, we can do all of this because we're on Roblox. And there's a lot of freedom that people can use Roblox for, I will admit. But at the same time, it is so incredibly unsafe that it is not worth the risk of. I was this close. Flip Dude, it's good to see you. I was this close to downloading Roblox. Pardon me. To downloading Roblox, not Roblox, but Roblox. And then after I learned all the crazy stuff that was going on with it, I'm glad it is not a part of my library where it says, well, you can download it again if you want. No, I am never downloading Roblox. It's just unsafe. I don't care what they got going on. I'll say this and then shut up. We wouldn't be in this situation if kids didn't start having kids. Yeah, you're absolutely right in that regard. People who are not mature enough to have kids are having kids. Like, and I got to be careful how I say this. I feel like I honestly feel like we wouldn't be in this situation if people understood that having kids is an incredible responsibility that should not come about before two people get to know each other, understand each other, and are mature enough to go to that stage of having children. Because now you got people having kids left and right, not thinking about the consequences, not having the maturity to literally understand what having children actually means. And it's become a rampant thing. Oh, we'll have kids now and then figure it out later. No, you're supposed to figure that out before you even have kids. So there's a lot of kids having kids that lack the mental maturity in order to be parents. Having a child means you commit your life to them. There is no other option. Spoken like a true parent. Spoken like a true parent. Because having a kid is not the same as having a dog. Because with a dog, you can have them be in another room and not really worry about them. Just feed them, take them outside, play with them, and that's it. With a child, it requires way more commitment, way more responsibility, way more maturity. Way more maturity than a vast majority of people who have children nowadays. Have I played Dragon's Dogma 2? I have. Won't be playing it again. seen through Roblox's charade since 2015. I always looked at Roblox as a poor man's Minecraft for some reason. And now I just realize it's just like every predator's free playground. Let me see what else you said. Let's see. Evergreen, you said, is all about the money. It is. Let's see. Isn't that the guy that got caught up in Thailand for some reason? No, I was thinking of another guy. No, it's not him. Let's see. Then have the nerve to say, "I want to go out with my friend," or letting their parents take care of them so they can mind. They can mind together. Now you gonna stay and take care of them? Yeah, parents who drop off their kids at their parents. No, not really parents, but people who have children and then say like, "I still want to live my life as if I'm single and I don't have kids, so I'm just gonna drop my kids off at my parents and then just go about my life as if I ain't got no kids." Nah, foolishness. But I said all that to say this, to go back to Roblox. It's the insanity of Roblox. Roblox as a whole is so crazy that you got all these CEOs just doing horrible stuff. And I really have to be careful how I phrase this, because this is we don't deal in politics here on this channel, and I want to make sure that I don't subtly steer in that direction. But it's just crazy how people with power, absolute power corrupts absolutely. And when you get these CEOs who are so sure of themselves that, oh, well, I'm making enough money to not care. Not earlier generations, I mean recent. Hold on. Yeah, it's sad and pitiful. Roblox is still going. It is. But people who like this CEO, who see nothing wrong simply because the numbers look good, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy how these people, everything is life is kind of political. Yeah, but there's a certain way to go about it without diving into it, because I don't get into like politics, like, politicians and anything else like that, because that's a whole can of worms that I don't want to open up or go down. This is a variety channel where everyone can swing by and chill and we can conversate without it, descending into chaos, because people's views are different. So it's a slope that I like to be very careful on. Simply because I don't want to invite discord in a level where I can't bring things back to where it was before, because I still want to keep things nice and chill. Also, Kitty, yeah, sorry, it just dived into this whole thing about Roblox. Did my other message not send? I did not see another one from you. All I saw was the one where you said I seen through Roblox's charade just like a couple of minutes ago, but that was it. I didn't see the other thing you said, Flip through. But that's Roblox. Going back to Phil Spencer and the things that is happening with Xbox, I don't know what this means for the rest of Xbox, with a person who has a lot of ties to AI and is really encouraging AI, and with uh uh and feels like there should be a big push for AI, so I don't know. Why you sorry? Oh, I was saying sorry because I know you said you had like a good 30 minutes. You said you had like a good 30 minutes and you're gonna head out, and I didn't want to keep you too long because I know you got stuff to do. But one of the things I also wanted to talk about is, and I think I covered this in the channel update as well, and I also made a video about it, is that in March, I'll be starting rereading through all of Whole Cake Island, which is what I did back in 2016, which is when I started doing my first reactions to manga in general. And beforehand, I was watching Roger's Base. I think it was like in 2015 when I first subscribed to him and started watching his channel. And he inspired me to do manga reactions for myself. And it basically broke me out of my shell. It helped me get over my stage fright, that and playing in my church band very early on. And I started reading the beginning of Whole Cake Island with volume 83, chapters 828, 1 and 2. That's when I first started. You're still stuck on Whole Cake Island in the anime? Dude, it's been 4 years! It's been 2 years? No, it hasn't! It has not been 2 years. It's been 4. It's been 4 years, and you still on Whole Cake Island. It has not been 2 years. My aunts who are nearing their 50s don't seem to understand that children aren't meant to be raised like their dogs, so it's certainly not something from recent generations. No, it's not. It's not. From anyone who was, for us 90s kids, we were raised to, be conscientious. Yeah, since 2023, it has not been since 2023 when you were still on Whole Cake Island, because I made entire jokes. I want to say before COVID. It has not been 2 years. I've been getting on your case about finishing Whole Cake Island for years. Not 2. It's been over 2. Maybe not 4, but it's been over 2. But getting back to that, yeah, I intend to reread through Whole Cake Island because that's pretty much the arc I started reading One Piece on the channel for. And mind you, I was reading it before, but I want to say about a year and a half ago, when I read through all of the volumes from 1 all the way up to 82, that's where I stopped. But I feel it'll be nice for me to update my initial reactions. My initial reactions to Whole Cake Island. And do that over again. And then update my playlist so it includes volumes 1 to 82 onward. So instead of it just being 2 separate playlists, where it's just volume 1 to 82, it'll just be volume 1 to the newest chapter, and it's just one continuous playlist that has all of my reactions to One Piece from the beginning all the way to where it is now. The thing is, we simply have access to the people's point of views because of the internet, and naturally the people talking and posting about it and going out there being immature and nightmarish are young parents. Yes, because we live in an age where attention is the new dopamine hit. When you have all eyes on you, that's when you start doing some ridiculous stuff. That leads you to people who are on YouTube and are being loud and boisterous, or either being loud and boisterous or being negative, and they see all that attention and they revel in it. People on Instagram, people on TikTok, people on Twitter. The louder you scream, the more eyes are on you, and that's the new melatonin for a whole bunch of people. But yeah, Whole Cake Island, I'm going to be rereading through that entire thing again from volumes 83 all the way to 89. Not 90, because that starts to go into Wano Country, and I want to keep my reactions of Wano Country as they were, because that's when I really started to get into the whole voice acting thing and started doing voices for characters. So that's going to be something we start in March. As I said, for my Hunter x Hunter series that I'm covering every Thursday, my last day, if nothing interrupts it, my last day for covering Hunter x Hunter will be the last day of, let me see, what's the last day of April? The last day of April is on a Thursday. So coincidentally, the last day of April will also be the last day I read Hunter x Hunter, because then I will have caught up to the entirety of the series. So, and I just want to say thank you. Well, first off, it's been 38 minutes, and I probably should have said this beforehand. Thank you, everyone, for watching what I do, tuning in to what I do. You don't owe me your time, but I am just ever so grateful that you guys decide to watch me on a regular basis. I literally wouldn't be able to do what I do because this is my only job, my only work, my only source of income. But I just wanted to say thank you for allowing me to continuously bring the stuff that you guys enjoy, and and I have fun doing it. There will be a poll at the end of this month for what you guys would like to see in March, alongside everything else that I'm going to be doing. But I just wanted to say thank you for, just taking the time to watch me. And like I said, you guys don't owe me anything. My members don't owe me anything. My mods don't owe me anything. Anyone else who just watches me regularly, you don't owe me anything at all. But I'm just honored that I get to entertain people. And if I can put just one smile on one person's face, then I've fulfilled this entire channel's purpose. And that's really all I seek at the end of the day. Mihai, hello to you. We got a busy week next week because, well, Sakamoto Days will be tomorrow, but as I posted about, I'm taking part in a play, so rehearsal will be tomorrow after church. So I'll probably schedule Sakamoto Days to about 3. I don't think the rehearsal is going to last all the way to 3, but 3 will be the placeholder time, and that's the only thing I need to worry about. Monday, another set of chapters for solo leveling is light novel on the Patreon, so that'll be ready for you guys. Tuesday will be an open day. Wednesday, my rest day. Thursday will not only be Hunter x Hunter, but it will also be the next bounty pack for Borderlands 4 and the next major update for Space Marine 2. So I got many things to do on Thursday, but I'll probably push it back to Friday and maybe even Saturday because that's a lot to cover. Borderlands will probably take me a minute. Space Marine 2, it's probably just a one operation, so I can just upload that as a video and have it as a premiere. So I can take care of that on Thursday along with Hunter x Hunter, but Friday will probably be when I cover the second bounty pack of Borderlands because pearlescent weapons are coming back, and I cannot wait. It's been several years since we've seen pearlescent weapons in the Borderlands series because they skipped over Borderlands 3, and now we're getting it in Borderlands 4. And I am so dangerously close to getting Harlow to level 50, so I can focus on Amon and Rafa and hopefully get their levels maxed out before we get the major story DLC in March. I would very much love for them to release the DLC either before my birthday or in the week of my birthday, because my birthday is on the 23rd next month. I'm turning 34, so goodness. I feel exactly the same. It's certainly the best viewpoint with content creation. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. I know there's a lot of people out there who are chasing the numbers. Hey, let's go ahead and hit like 500 likes and then I'll do this. Let's go ahead and let's hit if this video hits 25,000 views, then I'll do this and I'll do that. But I'm just like, just make the stuff that you enjoy making. Don't do it because the numbers look good. Do it because you think it looks good. And if the people like it, hey, those numbers will come in time, but that shouldn't be the main focus. Yes, the paychecks, they nice. It's nice. But you should revel in the fact that people like what you do and let that be the driving force. The most humble CC, thank you for being awesome. Thank you, Kitty, for being who you are. Let me go ahead and put a heart right there. I thank you. But it's just, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything like that. I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful. And in the midst of success, it pays for one to be humble. It is definitely beneficial for one to be humble because the same level of humbleness someone has when they're barely seeing people look at their stuff should be the same amount of humbleness they have when it's hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people watching their stuff. There should be humility with this platform. Halster, good to see you as well. There should be a level of humility. Have a job now so I can do more of what I want to do. That's good. That's good. Do what you love. There should be a level of humility with this platform because it's not just people you don't know who are watching you. There are people you do know. People that I interact with on a daily basis. They see my stuff. So, of course, there's a certain way I present myself on YouTube that I basically kind of present myself when I'm in public. And mind you, in public, I'm actually quieter. Here, I speak a whole lot because I'm talking to you guys. It's not like I can just kind of be moderately quiet and then not do anything, and I'm just sitting here, just minding my own business. No, I got to talk to you guys. I have an equal level of both humility and high ego when it comes to this. See, you can be humble, but also be very proud of yourself for how well you're doing. See, there's room for that. It's when the ego outweighs the humility that a lot of YouTubers really start to falter, and a lot of people start to drop off. A lot of people's channels start to fall off because they let their ego override their humility. Be telling Qushu don't overwork yourself? Who? You don't be telling me that. Kitty tells me that. We be telling you don't sleep on stream when you're drawing. That's what we be telling you. Yes, I called you out. Doing good, just eating some spaghetti bolognese. Ooh, that sounds good. That actually sounds pretty good. Hi, Dragon, good to see you as well. The way you are in public shouldn't change when you're behind the scenes. Be kind, be humble, and be knowledgeable about the world and the people in it. Exactly. The way I carry myself, the only thing that's different from how I carry myself both on YouTube and in public is that I don't speak as much. But the way I treat you guys, because here's the thing. At the end of the day, you guys are people too. For me, who's just a random dude. I was about to say random bood, but random dude, just online. You are people too. You are people who take time out of your lives to either sit, maybe you listen to me while you work, or while you clean, or while you cook, or whatever you do. You have your own lives. And one thing I need to reiterate to everyone is that don't live here on YouTube. Don't live on YouTube. Yes, this is my job. So I kind of, wake up thinking about what I'm going to do for my job. But at the same time, I don't live on YouTube. Yes, I watch a lot of stuff on it, but I don't live on there. So for everyone watching, I mean, and it obviously, you guys, I don't need to worry about you. I don't need to worry about you just living on YouTube. Your lives are not on YouTube. I just happen to be here. I just happen to be here like a couple of times out of a week. But I just feel that many people who are on YouTube now that have high numbers and high amounts of people watching their stuff, I feel it would benefit them more to be grateful that the people who watch them at all. Stealing my words, huh? I told you that. You did. You did. Sounds like a fun time with the new semester. Yeah. Who's got a new semester? Is that you, Mihai? Yeah, semester starts Monday. Ooh. Because in my eyes, I'm very grateful that people come and watch, and I want to do what people like. But at the same time, I don't care if no one watches or what the people want, which sounds weird, but no, it's not weird at all. Because you don't want to get stuck in a loop. You don't want to get stuck in a loop of doing what other people want you to do, and then you don't have a say in it. Yes, I ask you guys what you guys would like to see. Put polls up. I'll have one up at the end of this month. But actually, I'll have one up on Monday. Because at the end of the month would be way too soon and not everyone will see it. I'll have it up on Monday. So you guys can gauge kind of what you want to see a little bit more in the future of. I'll be adding some more stuff to the Patreon and adding some more stuff for you members as well. Because I got a couple of things that I want to do in March that I haven't done before. And I'm looking forward to it. Don't worry, I will not overwork myself because I'm already thinking through how I'm going to schedule it. But what was I saying? It's not weird. It's not weird if you feel like I want to do stuff that I want to do, or I don't want to do this at all. See, the worst mistake a YouTuber can make is feel that if they don't do something because someone tells them to, then they're a failure of a YouTuber. That's that type of condemnation that we as creators don't really need to pay heed to. Rest assured, I am not a people. I am very humane. But you are of the peoples. This channel is by the people, for the people, and of the people. That is this channel's brand new motto. Because I had to change some things around. I had to change some things around. New banner and everything. New motto. I had to change some things around because this really is a channel by the people, of the people, and for the peoples. Because I mean, togetherness is very, very important. Regardless of what walk of life you have or what path your life is taking you, you will always be welcome here. Doesn't matter where you are in life, where you come from, your country of origin, your birthplace, the color of your skin, who you choose to love, who you choose to believe in or not believe in. Everyone is welcome here. That should never play into whether or not you're going to be a content creator or the people you're looking for to entertain. That should never be anything important that you look forward to. The depth of character is really what I look for. That's the reason why I have the mods that I have. It's their character. It's not their background or things they've done for me. It's not how many times they super chatted or super thanked me. None of that matters to me. That's just money. What matters to me is your character. Can you be trusted to carry out decisions that are befitting the standards that I look for this channel and what it represents? Can I trust you to not abuse your power so that everyone can feel comfortable if I'm not immediately here and people who I have in charge to do certain things can carry things on if I'm not here at the moment? Maybe I step away. That's what's most important. I ain't got time for people, coming at me sideways or saying in and everything that they want to say. I'm here just to entertain peoples. I ain't looking to be the richest man in the world. Would be cool, but I don't need it. I ain't looking to be the most famous YouTuber on the planet. Would be cool, but I don't need it. I just want to be able to entertain as many people as possible. And if just one walks away from anything that I do happy or happier than where they were before, that's all I need. Let me add to that, it should never be looked at in the world we all bleed the same way. Of course. That's literally at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. We all bleed the same. So it shouldn't matter at all how you treat people. You should treat everyone with kindness and compassion. There's literally you lose nothing by being kind. And that's what we look for whenever I do this. We're here. We're here to be kind and to entertain each other. Now, if you come at us sideways and try to start some stuff, we'll get up in your hind parts. But we'll do it with kindness and compassion. See me smiling? I'm smiling, right? We do it with kindness and compassion. But to be serious, and I say this like Optimus Prime during Transformers Prime, I forgot the season, but it's like, if you come to this place with hostile intent, know this, we will protect our home. But that's pretty much just my whole mentality overall. I'm willing to entertain any and everyone. I expend energy being kind. You expend energy being kind, no thanks. Then perhaps you're putting way too much energy into it. Perhaps you're putting too much energy into it. Because being kind doesn't take that much effort. I'm a man without a face that lives on the moon. Origin and looks aren't important at all. It's personality and values. Yes! Say that again for the people in the back. That's what should be the most important. So, of all the things that I do on YouTube, both now and into the future, because there's plenty of things, Lord willing, that I want to bring to this channel that I just can't wait to. I can indeed wait for it to get brought to the channel. But I'm just grateful that I have people like you who enjoy what I do, who I can say, yep, I get to entertain Designs. I get to entertain Kitty. I get to entertain Mihai. I get to entertain Ravi. I get to entertain Flipdo. I get to entertain D-Train. I get to entertain DieDrive CJ. I get to entertain Gajiel. I get to entertain Shonen Sensei. I get to entertain Rox. I get to entertain Halster. I get to entertain High Dragon. I get to entertain Jazzy J. I get to entertain Alexis. I get to entertain all these different people. I could keep naming names. I can't name all 6,094 of you, but there's just waking up knowing that I get to do, because here's the greatest joy about me doing this. I get to wake up and do what I love to do. Do what I love to do on a regular basis. Just That brings me joy. Got a dip? Can you touch on the topic above? I'll check it out later. What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? Hold on. What did I miss from Kitty? What did you say? What did you say? What did you say? What did I miss? I'm sorry, Kitty. I am so sorry. What topic did I miss? Where is it? Where is it? Don't fall to audience capture is what you're speaking about. As you get larger, that will become more and more of a challenge. What topic? What topic? What did I miss? What was the topic? What was the topic above? Now I got it. Now I'm searching through the chat to see to see what I missed. I touched on Roblox. Oh, education. Yes, yes, we will. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to be discussing too much of it in this session, but there will be a different session entirely where we're just discussing education as a whole. Because as many of you have noticed, not a lot of kids and not a lot of people who are growing up now are taking as much of an interest in education as some of us have grown into. There's a chance the message didn't send. It happened to me earlier. Yeah, that probably happened. That message probably didn't get through. That message probably didn't get through. Sorry about that, Kitty. I didn't even see the whole thing about education. Yeah, I didn't see anything about education up here, so it probably didn't send. YouTube needs to get itself together. I thought I missed that stream. The education one? No, we haven't had it yet. We haven't had the education stream yet. And the reason why, and because this comes from like a suggestion from one of my members about a stream where we talk about the differences between education in America and the expectations and education in different countries. Because there has been a severe dip for education in America compared to a lot of other countries where their kids are brain smart, absolute geniuses, and America has children who can't even tell what the capital of the United States is, or can't even tell how many states are in the United States. So there's a lack of knowledge retention when it comes to American kids nowadays compared to how it used to be. It used to be good, but it's not so much anymore. So we will be having a stream where we're talking about that a little bit later on. Now, I haven't had a date. I don't have a date for education talks yet, but we will have one. But that's just basically one of the things we will be discussing. And I would. What the what? What the heck? How did that even get in there? Just a random hair. Just a. Maybe I'm talking too much. I'm sorry. It was just like on my tongue. It was like that. Yeah, that was nasty. It's not perfect here either. Here's the thing. I want to look into different educations. And mind you, this isn't going to be another. Oh, hold on. Another good lesson is trying to be the best version of you that you can be and not to strive for perfection. Trying to be perfect only leads to failure. Yes, take a cue from Mayuri Kurotsuchi where don't seek after perfection because once you seek perfection, that's it. There's no more learning. There's no more pursuit after perfection. I remember back when I was in high school, the teachers taught critical thinking. It doesn't feel like the same world anymore. Yes, definitely. There's definitely been a shift in how much education and how much priority in education there has been over the years. Um, but here's the thing: the education stream itself is not going to be one where we look at other countries and say like, oh, they don't have this, oh, they don't have that. But seeing the differences on how education is applied, because I don't want to turn. I don't. This is not going to be a session where we poke fun at other countries on what they lack. I will poke fun at America because I live here, so I'm free to do that. But countries that I haven't been to, obviously, obviously, I'm not going to make fun of anybody, but I just want to note the differences and priority towards education and how some countries are actually better off than America compared to America and its ever decreasing attention to education. So that's going to be something we take care of in the future. Now, as far as everything else we got going on, the recent PlayStation State of Play has put into my head that we have a lot of good things ahead. I am looking forward to Control Resonant. I will be playing that. I'm looking forward to the God of War Trilogy remake, even though that's going to be a ways off. I am looking forward to, what was the other one? There's some others that had my attention. I feel like the God of War Trilogy remake and Control Resonant and John Wick. Ooh, John Wick. John Wick getting a game, I'm definitely going to be playing that as well. But there's also going to be different manga that I start to cover in the future too. America has never been the gold standard for education. Most of us were grown up to be most of us were grown up to be marchers. Oh, trust me, America is not the standard for quite a lot of things. But that's a discussion for another time. But the state of play was great, but as a person who plays PlayStation predominantly, like I got a Switch, still need to play. Hold on. As someone who owns a Switch, and I still need to play through Portal 2 and get through that, so I can collab with another YouTuber. I don't know if they want me to say that out loud. But actually, I think you said it was okay if I could. I don't think you said anything about me not saying it. But I will be collabing with another person on playing the co-op campaign for Portal 2. So that's going to be in the future. That probably won't be a long series. Yeah, that probably won't be a long series. But I'll be covering that in the future as well. Neo 3, wish you could play Poppy Playtime horror game. I don't do horror games like that. The last one I played was Alan Wake. And, well, you saw how that went. So I don't be messing with horror games like that. Not all the time. So I mostly mess with games like Borderlands and RPGs and the like. So, not to mention, on top of all the games that are being made and coming out, we still got Wolverine. Definitely going to be playing that. And Grand Blue Fantasy Relink's Endless Ragnarok DLC is dropping in July. So I really can't wait to play that because I love Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. So those are just some things gaming-wise I'll be covering. Not to mention, eventually I'll be playing the original Final Fantasy VII, the OG PlayStation 1 version. I'll be playing that on the channel pretty soon as well. You don't mess with horror either? Nah, that Alan Wake 2 had me hollering. So I'm like, nah, I'm good. So when I saw Silent Hill Into the Fog, or whatever it was called, yeah, I was all like, nah, I ain't gonna be messing with that. I don't be messing with games. I just don't be messing with games like that. But yeah. You remember the subway moment? I would like to forget the subway moment. I would like to forget all of these extra little moments that happened within Alan Wake. I would like to forget all of them. Thank you. But gaming-wise, I think I'm pretty solid. I don't think there's anything releasing in March, so that's a good month. Neo 3 will keep me occupied for a very, very long time, due to the fact that Neo 3 has been made to be highly replayable, And boy, I cannot wait to mess with it. I cannot wait to mess with the multiplayer as well because there's so many good things I've been hearing about Neo 3 that I can't wait to start it. Yo, Rocks, it's good to see you. I hope your day has been good. We're just having a just casually discussing different things I'm going to be doing towards the channel and just having just casual discussions in general. I'm not going to be too long. I figured I'd do this like maybe about a good hour, maybe an hour and a half cuz Saturdays this is people's weekends where they want to chill out and just relax a little bit. I still need to work on Borderlands and I'm going to keep working on that. But my goodness, the last week of February is just jam-packed with so many things that I cannot wait to cover. And next week is literally the last week of February, and then we move into my birthday month. So I'm really looking forward to that. Oh, I got something for you guys that none of you could anticipate me doing on this channel. That's all I'm saying. Y'all have no idea. But that's all you're gonna get. That's all you're gonna get for March. Doing good, took your nap and got back to work. I just want to say, on behalf of everyone who relies on your data in order to get like early warnings for earthquakes and seismic activity, Rocks, thank you for all that you do. You have no idea how many lives you saved by that information you get to people. It's really a benefit. I am so grateful to have you here. I'm so grateful to have you as a mod and I just want to hype on Rocks a little bit. Ever since he's shown up, there's been a level of maturity, a level of compassion and kindness that you really don't see in a lot of people nowadays. I hope you don't mind. But as an individual, you are incredible. And I am honored to have you here. Yeah, yeah, and you're probably gonna hear me say this again later on in the future because you're just that cool of a dude. But I just wanted to say thank you for everything that you do and the services you provide to keep people safe all over the world. Um, and it really is an honor and a privilege to know you and to have you here. So, manga wise, I feel like we only have a couple more chapters of Sakamoto Days. Now, I'm not going to say it's probably going to go past April. It may very well go past April. But once I get done with Sakamoto Days, I'll probably have a bit of a break before I try to add another manga series to the channel. But it has been suggested that I check out Ichi the Witch. And I'll probably look into that. Not synopsis, but see how long the series is and see if it's something I can add to the channel. But that has been something that has been suggested to me. March is when, I think it's March 12th. March 12th is when the beginning after the end returns. The webcomic returns. And as many of you know, I'll be going through putting all of that on Patreon because of the whole AI fiasco that happened that made me remove it all from my channel last year. That'll be on Patreon exclusively now, so you guys can enjoy my reactions over there of the series. And there's going to be a way that I do it so that you guys can enjoy what I see at the same time. But it'll just be on Patreon, but not on YouTube anymore because of that whole situation. There's also the redo of Whole Cake. I think that's going to be pretty fun as well. Yes, we went through that. We went through that earlier on. This is before you showed up, Holster. We will be going. Whole Cake Island will be reread through completely. I have all the volumes, and it's going to be. Let's see. I think 6. Let's see. 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89. Yeah, 7. 7 sessions of me rereading through Whole Cake Island again. Thank you for your work. Well, thank you, Mihai, for your support. I greatly appreciate it. It's just, and I still get surprised when you guys either send me stuff through Throne or because I got my own Throne wish list of stuff that if anyone ever wanted to, gift me anything or send me stuff, that's the avenue that people can use. I just wanted to say thank you for all the stuff that you sent. Like, I got a bunch of stuff. Like, I got all these different sets that I can build that I haven't built yet that you guys have sent me. I'm probably gonna have to clear off my bookshelf so I can pick a good time where I can build this stuff. Maybe even have a session where I'm building it live for all of you. Would you be interested in doing a video on earthquakes or tsunamis? Funny you should say that because Kitty has sent me some videos here and there about tsunamis and earthquakes, and I've done reactions to two of them. One from one earthquake with a pyroclastic flow in, I'm trying to remember what it's called, Mount Surat. I think it's called Mount Surat. It was like a mountain explosion in Surat. And then there was this tsunami in, what is it? Something city in something prefecture in Japan. Where can I see the link to the throne goodies? Oh, fine. Let me just post the link. Yeah, let me just post the link real quick so you guys can see. Because the link itself for Throne, it is not in my descriptions. It is actually on my main channel description, but that is the link for Throne itself. And I got a couple of things on there that I would like. Not necessarily what I would see as needs, but stuff that I would like. And that's just basically what I have right now. And apparently, the Ed, Edd n Eddy Complete Edition is unavailable. I'm gonna leave it there until they get some more in stock. But that's basically it. May I send you some videos as well? Of course, because I don't want people to get confused and think that I'm not making videos anymore. Because I still do, even though I do like a whole bunch of streams. I want to get back into the swing of doing like a whole bunch of video reactions for all of you guys and just check stuff out as well. So I will be doing that too. JJK Modulo has been pretty good so far as well. I caught up with that 3 days ago, which was the same day I read issue 17 of Absolute Batman, which, that was a good issue. I haven't caught up to the newest issue of Absolute Batman. I got to check that out because from what you've said, it seems that it's pretty insane. So I'm probably going to have to devote some time to checking that out too. But yes, Rox, by all means, send me some videos and I'll see if I can work them into doing some reactions for them. For you. I don't mind. Also, that's the whole purpose of the video and video suggestion channel on the Discord. If you have something you want me to react to, that's the whole purpose of that entire channel. Just make sure you tag me if you want me to check it out and do a reaction to it, and I'll see about getting that done. Love the ending of that last issue? Well, I gotta check it out then. Let's see, where can I see? Okay. So, as it stands, I will eventually get back into looking at old anime again. Because I did one stint where I watched through the entirety of Cowboy Bebop. And I watched through them every last episode. Some of them I did live, others I did as videos that I had to edit down because Cowboy Bebop is chock full of copyrighted stuff, luckily. None of it got taken down. It was just copyright claims, and it's not like I was looking to earn money from the revenue from watching them anyway, so that's not a big concern for me. But I eventually want to get back into watching like some old anime, like Trigun, and checking out old anime from like the 90s, around the same time as Cowboy Bebop and the like. And check out anime that I've never seen before. So I'll eventually get back to that. And I'll probably have it done in, well, I'll work out the logistics of it a little bit later because I have an idea in mind, but I want to get to it. I want to do it the right way for you guys here on YouTube, but also do a little something extra for people who are over on Patreon as well. So I'll work that out as I get to it. I'll work it out when I get to it. But for right now, that's just some things that are in the works. Yeah, those are just some things that are in the works. Spy Family, the anime or the manga? Because I have yet to watch the anime of Spy Family. Maybe I could react to those. Because I'm not above not reacting to newer animes. It's just that older animes, some of them I've never seen before, they get brought up in conversation, and I'm kind of lost because I've never watched them. People are all like, "What? You've never watched this before?" So, anime newer, and I use the term newer loosely. Newer anime are not lost on me where I could do reactions to them. So maybe I could do that, reacting to Spy Family. Now, for me, now it's just a coin flip of, do I react to them in the Japanese, in the original Japanese, or do I react to them in English? From what I can understand, the English is actually pretty good for Spy Family. And I reacted to Cowboy Bebop in English because, everyone has good voices in that. So maybe I'll react to it in English as well. Tensura, have you watched or read it? Tensura. I have not. I have not. What is Tensura? If this is like the short name of a long titled anime that I've seen before. Oh. Oh, you're talking about that time I got reincarnated as a slime. I've already watched through it. I've already watched through all the seasons, and it's supposed to be getting a brand new season. I never read through it, but I have watched it. And it's like one of the reasons why I love games that allow me to become overpowered. That and solo leveling. I love animes like that. And can I be real with you? In my opinion, in between English, Spanish, and Japanese, Japanese is the best way to watch Spy Family. Well, then I guess I'll have to watch it in Japanese then. I mean, it don't bother me any other way. I'll just be actively reacting to what's happening on the screen and just noting what's going on instead of, couple of English voices just coming in. So that'll be the difference. All I saw was Spy Family and Demon Slayer and Rent a Girlfriend. I hear that Rent a Girlfriend is disappointing in the fact that the way the narrative is, it feels like it's a bit unfulfilling. Because that's, from what I understand from Rent a Girlfriend, it's like the main character is very indecisive. The novel goes much more in depth with everything. It was the first novel I ever read, got me interested in other novels as well. Rent a Girlfriend. Okay, so it's an anime. Here's the thing. It's an anime about, actually, you know what? Let me do this. Yes. Okay, so here's the synopsis. A heartbroken college student hires a rental girlfriend, and even though their transaction goes sour, they are forced to continue pretending that they are dating. So, don't remember the manga being too bad. The manga is one thing. The anime, from what I hear, doesn't really do good enough service to the manga. And even then, from what I hear, the manga is like, let me see. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. So one of the issues that I forgot about this is that the main character is either too stupid or too childish to take seriously, and a bit annoying as a protagonist. To the point where it feels like nothing right is going to be done if he is the main focus. But for the most part, it seems like Rent a Girlfriend is kind of disappointing in how the protagonist basically just fumbles the ball consistently, to the point where it just becomes a joke. By the way, okay, you were about to get real with us about you liking stories like solo leveling. Go ahead. Oh yeah, yeah. So that time I got reincarnated as a slime, and solo leveling are my some of my favorite types of stories because I like the power fantasy that video games give you. I really enjoy it. And I've been like this from a very young age. I've been like this from a very young age where games that allow me to grow stronger and stronger have been prevalent in my life since I was a child. And it continues to this day where I'm playing games with skill trees and upgrades and ways to make your characters more powerful. Those tend to be the games that I play consistently above all else. Those are the games I sink hundreds, if not thousands of hours into simply because of them. So when I read stories or watch anime, like that time I got reincarnated as a slime, watching through all those seasons, I'll probably watch through all those seasons again because I just love the narrative of the story. But solo leveling is a big example of why I love power fantasy type stories and settings. So I like the setup of solo leveling because it's like this one dude seen as the weakest hunter, and then he just grows to be like the most overpowered character. And yet, the one thing that sticks with me about some of these characters is the fact that some of them still keep their humanity and humbleness despite the vast amount of power that they have. So when I get done reading something like the newest chapter of Solo Leveling Ragnarok, or even going through the originals of solo leveling, or watching an episode of that time I got reincarnated as a slime, I can continue with that power fantasy with certain games, like Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, or even a Pirate Warriors game, or even a game like Borderlands, where I could literally just make my person just straight up overpowered, and I can have entire sessions with them. I wish we had a genuine bona fide solo leveling game that wasn't either a mobile gacha painted as an action RPG or an offshoot of that very same game put on consoles. Because I really do feel like limiting those games by using a format from a gacha is basically the game, limiting the game's potential by being patterned off of a gacha game. And the setting is just meant to be mobile like. So I feel like Solo Leveling Arise and Solo Leveling Arise Overdrive, I feel like they're games, but not the game that solo leveling deserves to have that is on console or for people to be playing all the time. I feel like if they did the same thing with the same setup of Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, I mean, that's such a wonderful foundation where you can have the setting of solo leveling set in there. Sung Jinwoo and Cha Hae and Choi Jong Gi and Baek Yoon Ho, all these different individuals you can unlock and upgrade. Jin you can unlock and upgrade and have his shadows fighting alongside him against hordes of enemies. I mean, Grand Blue has an entire setting where you're just fighting hordes of enemies in a wide open space. And they also have different categories of missions you can do that you can substitute for different gates in the solo leveling story. You can have weapons that you can upgrade. It's just like the foundation of Grand Blue Fantasy Relink would be absolutely fantastic if solo leveling was put into that foundation. That's the reason why I am very, very excited for Endless Ragnarok, because they're taking an already incredibly, because to me, I feel like Grand Blue Fantasy Relink's foundation for a video game should be an example that many other IPs, specifically manga and anime IPs, should take a page from and copy. Because I would love a One Piece game done like Relink. I would love a Jujutsu Kaisen game done right like Relink. I would love a Bleach game like Relink. I would love a Naruto game like Relink. We're already getting a survival action Gachiakuta game. It's not an arena fighter of any kind, and the one thing that makes it beautiful is that it's not Bandai who's doing it, because Bandai seems to know how to do only one or two things for their anime and manga IPs that they have under their belt. It's either make an arena fighter or a battle royale. That's all Bandai really knows how to do. We don't get games that is made like Dragon Ball Z Kakarot anymore, where we get to experience like all this power in these wide open spaces and all these RPG elements. We don't get that from Bandai. We get fighters and battle royales because those are safe. So I'm glad this Gacha Yakuta game that is being made is actually survival action and not just like, hey, use your favorite characters from this show and fight each other in this environment and do all this stuff, and then it gets tired and then it becomes the next Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash. Because how many people are still playing that? How many tournaments have happened because of Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash? Seems like me, someone wasted the Jujutsu Kaisen IP on a game that didn't even last longer than 2 years. I'm excited for Solo Leveling Karma. I need to look into that. I probably won't mess with it like that because isn't that another game that's going to be like mobile or mobile and PC again? I know it's top down. It kind of gives me Hades vibes. So that makes it seem a little bit better. That makes it seem a little bit better than Arise in that respect. But I just really want Solo Leveling to get like a really good game on consoles, made for consoles. It's not taking a foundation from a mobile game. It is made for consoles. I love those stories. Solo Leveling has set a format for all my manhwa, but I don't particularly play games like that. See, for me, I feel like Solo Leveling set a format for all the manhwa that I read through as well, because I felt like the story and pacing was done very well. Even as I read the light novel, I felt like the story and pacing for Solo Leveling was very well done. The portrayal of power was very well done in the webcomic. And mind you, I've been collecting these volumes. I stopped for a little while, but I'm getting myself some more. I'm getting more. But I just found myself enthralled by the setting and how the story progressed as it did when I read through it originally. So I just love Solo Leveling as a series. And then the anime came out, and I thought it was very good. A lot of the fights within the anime were very good. Very good. And it's like when I see manga and manhwa I read get turned into anime, my only hope is that they do a lot of scenes justice. And as someone who's been reading One Punch Man consistently, I am baffled how the animation quality for One Punch Man Season 3 has dropped so suddenly to the point where you don't even have characters who are even moving on screen. They are literally sliding. And then you have other anime, like Frieren, and the animation is so undeniably smooth and just crisp and clean, and it's like, what happened? It's funny because back in 2020, we were in a similar world with the potential Solo Leveling anime. Now, what we got wasn't as bad as I expected, but I still wasn't content with it. I get it. I get it. A lot of things that happened within the manhwa and even the light novel, you probably didn't make it to fruition for the episode. I understand that. But what we got, I feel, was actually pretty good. But that's just me, though. Maybe, and probably it's because my standards for what I'm really, really looking for in an anime and the standards that I pass and are okay with are, are probably way different than other people's, which is why my standards for like certain video games may not be on the same level as other people's. And some games that people and scoff at and make fun of, I find enjoyment in. So hey, it's cool. It's cool. If people don't like Solo Leveling, that's in their rights. But I'm just like, I like these animes the way they are. But I think I covered everything that I really wanted to discuss with you guys. I really just wanted to have like a little chat with everyone, see where everyone's headspace was, and then talk about stuff that's going to be happening in the future. and just check on everyone, make sure everyone's okay. Did I watch ReZero or Mushoku Tensei? I haven't done either of those things. I haven't watched ReZero, not a single episode, and I haven't watched or read ReZero, and I haven't watched or reread Mushoku Tensei. Maybe I'll do that in the future, but as it stands, I haven't done either of those. Yeah, I haven't done either of those. But I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover today, and that was really just to talk to you guys. I won't start Neo 2 until not next week. It'll probably be in March. And those will be spread, and it will be spread out throughout March as well, while I'm also going through Whole Cake Island again. So that's something that's going to be happening in March. So I can't wait to start Neo 3 for all of you. But to every person, before I go, I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for everything. Everything you've ever done for me, everything you've ever given me. And mind you, let me reiterate, you guys don't owe me anything. To be here is enough. You guys just showing up and watching what I do is enough. But I thank you for all the extra mile you guys have gone down. I deeply and wholeheartedly appreciate that. But to all my members, all of my mods, and everyone else who's watching, I just wanted to say thank you. And now I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Saturday because I need to work on getting these characters maxed out on Borderlands and then prepare tomorrow's session of Sakamoto Days for you guys so that way it can just be set up. And I'm probably going to relax just the rest of the day. Yeah, I'm probably going to relax. But thank you for your patience. Thank you for tuning in. This has just been me chatting with you guys, and we'll probably have another session, see where everyone's headspace is at. And the next member summit will be on Monday, March 2nd. Yeah. The next member summit for you members will be on March 2nd, so be looking forward to that. I'll have that set up as well when I get to it, but you guys will know. And then I'll put a poll up on Monday, this upcoming Monday, about what your headspaces are at for everybody across the channel to see what you guys would like to see done within March, and then we'll gauge the content that will be uploaded to the channel and made around the choices that you guys make. Because let me just say this before I go. I appreciate feedback. I greatly appreciate feedback. I don't want an echo chamber just telling me like, oh, everything you're doing is fantastic and good. No, if I'm doing something wrong, let me know so that way we can improve and make this channel greater together. So I appreciate all the feedback you guys send my way because I see everything you guys post. I see everything. So be sure to leave your feedback with me at any time, and I'll see it, and we'll work on improving together. But that's all I got for today. You've been wonderful, you've been amazing, you've been fantastic, you've been incredible. Hope y'all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Even check out the Patreon, because there's loads of stuff for you over there, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. And because I know you're coming back anyway. Have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples!